Hello, my name is Scott. That's me. This is a 2007 Jetta, 2.5 liter Volkswagen. I just changed the water pump in this. There's the old water pump right here. Actually, it has a weep hole on it. If you look on here, you can see how the weep hole indicates right in here when it starts to fail. So I'm going to give you a quick Reader's Digest condensed version on what I did to change the water pump. First of all, here, this petroleum jelly is your friend when it comes to O-rings. Lubricate all these surfaces. If you're sliding hoses on, tubes on, or O-rings on, petroleum jelly, great stuff. First of all, you got to remove this battery box. Take the battery out. Remove this whole bracket underneath here because you need to get access in here underneath to these transmission mounts. The transmission mounts need to be removed, but before you remove them, you need to put a jack underneath the car and jack that side of the transmission up and take the load off so you can take the bolts out, the thing doesn't fall out, because the whole engine has to be tilted. You'll lower this side and raise this side in order to access the water pump, which is kind of buried down in here. You'll need to remove this tank. You need to take this washer fluid reservoir, just pull it out of the way. You'll go in and take this bracket off. This is the mount bracket. When you take these bolts off and lift the engine up, the whole engine will tilt upward, allowing you access to the water pump. And the serpentine belt comes off, of course, before you take the water pump out. Taking the water pump out is pretty easy. But the key is that you've got to take the whole engine, disconnect it from the two mounts, and tilt it this way in order to access the left side over here. I'm looking at the left side, which is really the right side of the car, to access the water pump, which is down in there. And essentially that's it in a nutshell. So I just did it. It took me about a day to do it. You could probably do it in a little less time, but I haven't done this water pump before, but I've done similar things on similar cars. But anyway, that's it in a nutshell. It's not that big a deal. The dealer wanted $1,200 to do the job, and I did it with an aftermarket water pump I picked up. I'm not sure if it's an OEM. I don't think it is an OEM part, but anyway, we'll see whether it works or not when I put fluid in it. And of course, you've got to put no, it's not, probably not an OEM part. You've got to put this kind of fluid in, which is the G40 formula, which is good for the G12s. It says on the back right here, it's good for your G40 and G12 applications. If you look at the little reservoir over here, the reservoir says G12 on the side. Right there. So that's it in a nutshell. I'll fill it full of water. When I went to drain the radiator, let me show you something. An easy way to drain the radiator is just take out this temperature sensor right in here. Right in here, there's a temperature sensor right there. If you just remove that clip and pull that temperature sensor out, you can drain the whole radiator instead of disconnecting the hoses. I leave the hoses alone, and it allows, the flexibility is enough to allow you to drop this side of the engine about, you can see I probably dropped it about 3 inches down and lifted the other side up with this floor jack up about 4 inches up, one side 4 inches down, and it gave me enough clearance to go in and change the water pump. That's it. I'll flip this over. Oh, maybe that's a little bit better. I held the camera in the same direction. I have to edit it out. But see, the key is 2 jacks. You can use a ball jack on one side, floor jack on the other side, and that's fine. That's it. Got any questions? Send me a message. Goodbye.